No Fish Nick here. It's Saturday, August 26th. I'm at the Wisconsin River. I've been going out on some short trips with my kayak, doing pretty good on bass and catching some walleye and even catfish. All I've been throwing is my same old little green worm that I really like. Trying some different jig combos. That's an oddball jig. I'm doing some top water action. And it's a lot of fun, but I think the green worm is a little more productive. So, alright, I'm going to try a different spot on the river here. It's a small rocky section. Just going to give her hell and see what we can find. At the end of today's video, I do go through some of the gear that I use. So if you're interested in what I'm using, make sure you watch the end of this video. Okay, first one came from right in there. This chartreuse worm that I'm throwing is called a ringworm. It's from Beef Fish and Tackle. Starts out like 5 inches long, but I trim it to this size, which is more like a 3-inch. I like that tail action that it has. Works really well. There we go. He did have a buddy. Yeah, little guy. There we go. Spot's loaded. Cool. I marked this spot. Water. This top water lure is a River to Sea Whopper Plopper that my nephew Cole turned me on to last year. It works really well. Ooh. I got him. Something big on. Catfish. Ooh, follow hook. I just knew there'd be one around that rock. Sure enough. A real scrapper. Little guy, but put up a good fight. There we go. That's a good one. Nice. It's a good one. Sixteen and a quarter. My kayak, if you haven't seen some of my older videos where I go through it, it's a native watercraft. It's a Slayer 13 Propel. I did add on the landing gear. Highly recommend it if you're going to fish by yourself, because this landing gear, it pops out and stows. It's on a cam action where you loosen that up, you pull it out, you flip it. You can do it on the water while you're in the kayak even. I did add extra stiffeners though. They sent a bar with this, just like a little metal bar that goes on the inside. I actually upgraded to a larger piece of propylene plastic, like a 1/2 inch thick, but bigger, so it was starting to work through the plastic on my kayak. So I went to that larger backing plate underneath, so it doesn't do that. So it won't do that. So if you do the landing gear, which I love my landing gear, but I did go with a bigger backing plate, and now it works excellent. Here's a clip of me putting down my landing gear coming into the boat landing. I get it all set so I can pull it right out of the water. You just slide them out, put it in position, and it locks into place. And you have a little set screw to tighten. Then obviously when I get in real shallow, I have to pull up the pedal system and use the paddle. Pretty slick setup. I have my Humminbird. This is a 597 CIHD, and I rigged it to an ice fishing transducer, which I have it propped up here to show you. My transducer is up here, out of the way. So, like if you go over logs and stuff, it's obstruction free. Highly recommend an ice fishing transducer. To run that transducer, I did have to add some grommets and do some special routing. My battery's down in the center, and added that grommet for the transducer. The transducer goes right down the scrubber hole. So just a bunch of spinning gear, multiple stuff. I got a Fenwick, a smoke, quantum smoke, and then a Johnny Morris carbon light. I was running quantum smoke reels, spinning reels, and I did like them a lot, but they started falling apart after 2 years of heavy use. So now I'm going to give the Shimano Stratix a try this year. They're new for this year, so we'll see how those do. For camera gear, I stuffed the front with hats. This is my jungle hat, stay out of the sun. Got my Mavic, got the floaty kit to go with it, my hat cam, so I can show you guys what's going down, and that's what I keep up front. In the rear, I'll be putting my tackle box and taking the rods. I do have Scotty rod holders. The kayak comes with a lot of rod holders and storage for extra stuff. So bungee cords. One thing for like tying up the trees, I just put these clamps on a bungee cord, and I can grab onto a stump or a tree. There's a clamp on each end, so I can clamp it to the boat to wherever I want. And that's if I want to relax on the river and just tie up to a tree, that's what I use. Just a bungee cord strapped to a clamp. Very simple but effective. These slides, my brother-in-law Roy made these for us, and they work pretty awesome. They go in a tracking system. This tracking system does come with the kayak, and we made these outriggers so it holds the paddle in place. It's been working great. It's a nice setup. The pedal system drops down the center, and when it gets too shallow, you pull it up and grab the paddle. Slick system. Like it a lot.